really what we're about. It's what is intended for here. But you don't get happiness by just deciding to be happy. You don't even get happiness by pursuing it directly. You get on the path, the right path, and happiness shows up at the end. It's an interesting thing in the field of psychology. Over many, many years now, psychology sort of started with the idea in mind of helping people heal, helping people get back to neutral, if you will, starting from someplace very painful and very difficult. And that was the way psychology proceeded until about 10 years ago. And about 10 years ago, the story goes, a man named Marty Seligman, a psychologist, decided he wanted to pursue figuring out what helped people not just get from negative to zero, but what helped people get from zero to positive. In his latest book, he reveals, which I'd never read before, that one of the kind of cool things that happened was that an anonymous donor gave him, I think it was $20 million. It might have been 10, but I think it was $20 million to pursue his research, because this anonymous foundation felt so strongly about what he was trying to do. How would you like somebody to just walk up and say, want $20 million to do anything you want with? You know, not bad. So he began to look at this issue of what is it that helps people be happy. And in the last 10 years, a whole new field in psychology has opened up with that idea in mind, trying to research and discover what is it that helps people not just get from miserable to zero, but what actually helps people flourish, what actually helps people enjoy the goodness of life and be people of character and people of integrity and people who make a difference for good in the world. So out of that research has come some interesting stuff, a little bit of which I thought would be fun to share with you today, especially because a lot of what they're discovering about what makes people feel happy is very, very consistent with the gospel of Jesus Christ, which shouldn't surprise any of us. So we've got this list that I brought up earlier, that I told you about earlier, a list of 7 things that we're going to talk about a little bit today that are maybe a little bit counterintuitive. I'm trying to be a little contrarian because, like I said, I have to keep you awake, right? So 7 things that we're going to talk about that have been discovered that sort of help us feel happier. The first item on that list